Before anyone asks, no, I'm not mad. I feel like my voice sounds mad, but I'm not mad. Welcome back to Divine FM. It's your girl. I sincerely apologize for the lack of uploads the past 2 months. Genuinely, I have no explanation except that my upload schedule has changed. Yeah, no. Once a week is just unattainable, really, for someone as busy as I. And I've really been prioritizing myself and my mental health and just like the physical 3D world and stay focused and, continue the path that I'm on and that I aspire to, like where I aspire to be, in this point in my life. And I've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of reflecting, and I've tried uploading, well, not even uploading, I've tried recording this episode, just like episode 41 in general, multiple times over the course of these 2 months, and it just hasn't felt right. It just hasn't felt like it just didn't click. Whatever I was saying just felt like it was more substance than magic, if that makes sense. I've really just been waiting until I felt ready to chat with you guys again and see a voice of reason, I guess, a voice of inspiration, a voice of hope, from the perspective of trying to be optimistic and, not like toxically optimistic, but like genuinely just trying to stay afloat even whenever I'm feeling anxious or depressed or I'm panicking or I'm overwhelmed, I've really been practicing watching how I respond to these triggers and to these just like enhanced emotions. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because this week's episode is going to be letting go and slowing down. Life has been moving so quickly. It's almost hard to keep up, but at the same time, I've been trying to slow down, trying not to overthink. Even I say trying because thinking is a really, really awful habit that I'm currently trying to, release myself from the shackles of. It seriously affects me way more than I'd like to admit. If the mind is powerful enough to create like situations and feelings that aren't even real based on context clues, you have to remember that those are literally just our mind trying to fill in the blanks. It's like we don't know the answers for a reason. Just bear with me. But I feel like, especially in times of like overwhelm, or like whenever you're panicking, you're really anxious, or you're just feeling heightened emotions, slowing down is like the best thing you can do in those situations, because in the cycle, stop yourself in your tracks immediately when you realize that you're going in those repetitive circles of thought, that can typically be dangerous and hurtful and really negative for our psyche, And so in those moments, if you're able to stop and just sit with yourself and just rest and slow down, then you're able to generate a better idea of where and how to take action from there. I think it's really important to try to really listen to our bodies and follow that aligned path and doing what feels right. Maybe it won't always feel right and may feel uncomfortable, but like whenever you have a certain vision or idea of who you want to be, how you want to act, there's just like certain ways that you catch yourself acting or responding or reacting, or the list goes on of things that we do that are like of an old way, like of our old self. Those are the perfect opportunities for you to, and for me obviously, to change, to make a different choice, and to end the cycle right then and there. Oh my gosh, sorry. I feel like the wind is really loud. I can't control this. Also, I think this episode is going to be closer to like 15 minutes or so. I really don't see myself like chatting for too long. I feel like I would almost make myself talk for longer, and it would frustrate me because I genuinely want my podcast to be very intentional and I want you guys to know that I care a lot about what I'm saying, and I want you to genuinely benefit, or at least feel comforted or validated, seen, heard, safe. Whenever you're experiencing my content, whenever you're listening to what I have to say, because I really have found that something that very much fulfills me, and I feel like is like a part of my, I guess, purpose here. I don't know if I believe in like having a certain purpose, but I know for sure that if something fulfills you greatly over and over again, there has to be a reason why you feel so aligned to that. And I specifically love talking about how I deal with like really hard situations in life, how I deal with, like, for example, grief. That is something that has always been literally a fear of mine. Like, my body would reject anything that would bring up that feeling of grief, of loss. And it's because I genuinely have an anxious attachment style, and I don't want to like give myself that label, because not with like everything and everyone, but I found that I genuinely struggle so bad with change, with loss, especially with grief. And like, even whenever I lose something that's like sentimental to me, like an object, like even that can like drive me so bonkers, manic, crazy. But if anyone out there who's listening knows me, my dog of 14 years passed away the day before my birthday, actually, recently. His health was rapidly declining the past, I guess, 2 months of 2025, and I literally had to make the nightmarish decision that is putting down my beloved partner in crime. Like, literally a part of my heart, a part of my soul. And you know, grief and grieving is such a weird process, because some days I'm inconsolable, and some days I feel so numb to it, because I've expressed so much deep, like, body, like my body would shake. I would feel such levels of sadness thinking about how great of a loss it is to no longer have Teddy on this planet. You know, like, looking at his collar sitting on my altar is just a feeling that I never, you know, knew how it would feel until I felt it. And truly, that is like such a good, I guess, example of why slowing down is so important. Because in these last couple of months, I really felt like I was the most present, and I got a lot of value out of my time with not only Teddy, you know, with myself, with my loved ones, with just everything that I'm focusing on. I'm really trying to just align with my highest self, and whomever and whatever comes with that, you know. I'm very open to receiving in tenfold, and unfortunately that also means letting go of things that, you know, need your help and require change, require big steps, and like making arrangements like that for my own pet. And, you know, I was able to crowdfund the money, the majority of it at least, for like his cremation, and just in general the expenses were pretty high. And, you know, I feel really lucky and supported because I have such a wonderful community, and I knew that if I asked for help, that they wouldn't hesitate to help me as well. And I never in my life have had something like this until really pretty freaking recently. Like, moving downtown has opened up a whole new world for me. I don't even know where to begin whenever I say that this feels like a whole new world. I feel like a whole new person, and I feel like I'm just going to continue to unfold and evolve more and more and more, just more, you know, layers of that onion of Abigail are are going to continue to be peeled off this year. And, you know, she's golden. I really am content, excited, and giddy, you know, at the same time nervous, fearful, etc., of what is to come, what is to be expected of me, and, you know, with so much greatness and so much positivity and, you know, so much fruitfulness and abundance that I feel is in my life right now and is coming into my life. Like, being in a state of overflow truly has taught me to remember that my perspective is what creates my reality, and I can only feel and recognize this abundance because I try really hard to recognize that it's very fleeting, and that I've also worked for it, and that I deserve it. And even if I do lose it, even if it is taken away from me, what's the most important is the person I have become, who is in this current timeline. You know, if I lose everything right now that I have, if I lose my job, if I lose my partner, if I lose my friends, if I lose my home, I won't lose who I am, you know. The version of me who's here is, and forever will be her, and will continue to evolve and be a better version of myself too, but I don't really need anything outside of me now, you know, to convince me of that fact. And it's very comforting, to say the least, to have that level of, I guess, self-respect, and just like having a good idea of like who I am and what I want and how I feel about my life and my choices and stuff, you know. I'm never gonna be perfect. I'm never gonna be able to do anything close to, but I am proud that I can wake up to better life day and, you know, be proud of the person that I am, the actions that I took, and the people that surround me. You know, not everything is gonna be peaches and cream, you know, and there's a lot of stuff I don't talk about online, specifically, like, just my woes, you know, and the things that I go through and I struggle with really on the day-to-day are, I don't even think, comparable to what some people deal with on the day-to-day, and I genuinely just am here to be like a hopeful voice, you know, a sweet listen for someone who may be needing a little bit of motivation, a little bit of just like a reminder of how good it can be, and that the duality of existing is very fleeting and things can change very quickly, and miracles are very, very real, you know. And it really terrifies me, the possibility of what is to come for me. Not the possibility, the reality, like, of what is to come for me this year and just in the future and right now. Like, the reality I'm sitting in now in general is like I'm dreaming with my eyes open, and it is the most bizarre feeling, and I have been for a couple of months now, and sitting in this has been a roller coaster of, you know, healing wounds, of not feeling good enough, of feeling shameful, of, you know, liking myself, of, you know, I've been around so many people that stole my light and didn't want me to be seen, that I realized that's why I feel so scared to quote unquote show myself off, like, to literally just be proud of who I am and to exist and to do the things that make me happy. Like, I genuinely have been scared to, like, for example, like, working out and stuff. I've held off on making gym workout content for the longest time because I didn't want people to think that, like, I wanted views or attention, like, just for, like, my body, when, like, with the reality of things, like, I do not need nor want the attention, especially from men. Like, I genuinely just would love to teach people how to work out from home, like beginner workouts, because I still do all the same stuff that I did whenever I first started working out, just like, you know, higher weight, different reps, you know, different days for different things. And my routine also at the gym has changed dramatically. Like, I'm not nearly as crazy, intense, and strict with how much I go to the gym, I really go like intuitively now, and just based on how I feel whenever I feel like I need it, and if I need a good stretch, if I need a good pool day, if I need a good whatever, like day on for cardio, like I just did 30 minutes on the Stairmaster 2 days ago. And then yesterday, my my physical chore was forcing myself to do 2 fat-ass loads of dishes, which I did! And it took me a really long time, and it probably exhausted me more than like going to the gym, because, you know, mental exhaustion sometimes can take even more of a toll on you than physical exhaustion, especially if it's like feelings that you haven't experienced often, so they're like new and more intense and like more uncomfortable. Like, I genuinely will say for a fact that that feeling of like discomfort is way less, I guess, easy to deal with. Like physical discomfort from the gym is just like not even comparable to like emotional discomfort. Like, it's just not even the same realm, you know? And so doing the dishes is like a very hard task for me to do because of my ADHD, especially if there's a fuck ton of them. So that's all I reason why I'm saying it's like so hard for me to do. I also feel really shameful whenever I leave them for so long and there's so many, because it's just like gross, and you know, like ideally I would be washing them after I use them. Anyways, I'm gonna end the pod now, but I just wanted to end off the episode with a couple of affirmations that I wrote down today in my journal. I'm just looking at it right now, so that's why I'm like, alright, I think this would be nice, because I feel like I've talked about it before plenty of times, but scripting is something that I've utilized this past year, and just like in general, I've always been a journaler. Like, I'm a writer, you know, but specifically scripting affirmations / how I'm like envisioning myself, my life, things that I want, etc. like has changed everything for me. It's even like as small as like writing down affirmations that I would like to hear, you know, because like one of my main love languages as well that I like to receive and need to receive is words of affirmation. And anyways, I'm just gonna read these out for you, and then I guess I'll just end it there. Before I read these out loud, I suppose I want to shout out my YouTube channel. The @ is DivaGirl333. I have been uploading not that frequently, like really once a month for the most part. Vlogs, maybe a little bit longer, but this next vlog that I'm gonna upload soon, it's gonna be like the majority of December and whatever I've like done in January, I guess. But seeing my life unfold on video has been something else, to say the least. Like, I like watching me and Johnny fall in love, watching me evolve into such a community-oriented person so quickly, and it just falling into place like so effortlessly. It just like, it blows my mind to have that on film. And yeah, I really, really enjoy doing YouTube as well, and I hope one day to be able to do that as like a job, you know, like just being creative online and graphic design and editing and such. But yeah, also I have a candle business. It's at Starseed Productions, StarSeedTreasures on Instagram. Don't mind the end. I hope everyone's okay. But yes. Also, follow my partner. They also have a podcast. It's called The Scenic Route. It's on YouTube and I think Spotify, but fuck Spotify, bro. Like, can you guys tell me whether or not like it's worth taking my platform off of Spotify? Because I really, really want to. But the only thing is it's irreversible. But also fuck Spotify. Like, fuck any organization, any person who is supporting ICE, point blank, period. I give love in all mediums. The life of my dreams is created by my choice to live a happy life. I deserve to treat myself with respect and care. May I use the power of positive emotions to achieve the boldest of dreams. My gratitude magnifies the good in my life. I am grateful for my body's beauty. I am transforming. I am so worthy of all that is coming to me, and I receive it in tenfold. I am a mover and a shaker. I am open to the happiness that love offers Abigail. Or, I'm actually dead. That love offers me. You can just insert your name there. The hard part is over. I believe in my ability to live without fear. I am giddy. I am otherworldly. Thank you for listening, and I guess like, share, comment, subscribe, or follow if you haven't, and I'd love to see you return. And I look at my analytics and I know where you got who returns. One day I'm gonna be so rich and famous, I want to be able to give back. Like, y'all can all live on my commune. I'm gonna be broadcasting through the revolution. You guys gotta be there. You don't want to miss out. I promise.